LinkedIn 45%. YouTube has got only 2.5% of the user creating content. So it's just started. No matter if you're just an individual with a personal brand like an influencer, if you are a professional, if you have your own company, a digital agency, or if you're a marketing manager of a large corporation, this year you need to start a YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, possibly more than one. Here's why. Welcome to the Digital Rainmaker. My name is Simone Zanetti, and there are at least 10 good reasons that I can think of to start a YouTube channel or more in 2020. Let's get the obvious out of the way. YouTube is the second largest engine in the world, owned by the first largest engine, which is Google. So we cannot really afford as a brand to not be there. And because of that, reason number 2, whatever you publish on YouTube can be listed and found also on Google. Number 3, if you are constant, and this is very important, in the content that you publish on YouTube, you get an authoritative status for your client. You become an authority on whatever is the subject matter on the industry that you are in. It's very important to be constant on that and provide value. More on value just now. Reason number 4. Content never dies. So whatever content you publish, unless it's something that has to do with news, then has got an archival value. But other than that, whatever value you provide in terms of knowledge for your potential user is there forever, and it creates new users. And if it's used as an input point for a sales funnel, that will work while you sleep. It keeps on growing and growing. Sometimes some content that has been published on YouTube, they get a lot of momentum even 2 years after it's been created. And then there is the binging effect, where people start watching one video after another from your channel because they find value on it. So it's very important the kind of content that you publish, the consistency, the theme and the industry and the target audience that you speak to. Number 5, I just mentioned it, YouTube can be an excellent source of traffic. Not just a traffic to grow your channel, but traffic to bring people somewhere else. For example, a sales funnel, or for example your website, or a landing page where you want to bring users to. And doing this, reasons number 6, you can build mail lists. Mail lists are very important in marketing, in digital marketing. More on that on another episode. And when you get your subscribers on YouTube, those subscribers, they are owned by YouTube. They belong to you, but you don't have access to their emails and these kind of things. The email addresses of these people and growing a database of emails that you can market to is very, very important. YouTube can be an excellent channel for this as well. Number 7, if, and I say if, you provide value with your content, real value, then you have a community of people that will promote you. They become your advocate because it's an exchange of values. You provide value to them, they are happy to promote your brand, directly or indirectly. And here it is very important to understand how to grow the channel, because you can grow a channel based on, for example, on entertainment, which has got a very high perceived value, if you want to call it that way, on YouTube, just because it creates a lot of views, but it's not seen as very valuable, for example, for advertisers. So if there is a lot of people that laugh because of whatever funny cat video you put on YouTube, it doesn't mean that companies can target a specific target audience, because it's very broad, it's very generic. Don't think that having a small channel is not valuable. If you have a certain specific industry that you're targeting with certain problems, and you solve those problems providing value, even if you have 20,000 subscribers, even 5,000 subscribers, it's very important the value that they get and how they return this value in terms of interesting, following you, making you become an authority in your industry. Reason number 8, brand is becoming more and more personal. What do I mean about that? See the slide that we have on screen now. Tesla has got 4.2 million followers on Twitter. Elon Musk has got 28 plus million. Okay, it's an extreme example because Elon Musk is a personality, but let's check another example. Dell has got 28,000 followers, but the persona, Michael Dell, has got 667 followers on Twitter. So you see that people, more and more, they prefer to follow and be in contact with a person rather than a generic brand. So if you are a corporate, creating a persona in your organization is very important. If you have many products, you can have one persona per product. That's why I said at the beginning that it could be strategic for you to create more than one YouTube channel. And of course, it's very well known that YouTube can be a source of revenue, although the monetization of the video is not something that you can become very wealthy very quickly. It's like they say, YouTube is a marathon, it's not a sprint, but it could be a source of revenue. And there are also other sides revenues like affiliate marketing, promoting your own digital products and more. And then lastly, number 10, beat the competition. That's right. When you start a YouTube channel, you might have competitors already in the platform, but when you start a YouTube channel and you publish value, you just increase the number of value that you provide to your clients. And any other competitor that wants to start this journey will start after you. So it's not too late. And I'll show you now why it's not too late. There are mainly three challenges when starting a YouTube channel. The first one that comes to mind is, how do I do it technically? Am I able to speak in camera? Do I need a specific camera, audio, a specific studio, and all of that? Number two, is it too late? There are so many YouTubers. Am I the last one coming into this race? And am I gonna be able to compete with everybody else? Number three, how do I find the time and the resources to get the content to then create the various episodes? So the first one is very easy, the gear and the technique. Okay, the technique comes with time. The gear is really not that important. You just need, any phone can do nowadays with a little bit of a decent audio and a room that has got some carpets and curtains, so that there isn't a really bad sound, because sound is more important than video when it comes to YouTube. But the most important thing is that you provide true value with a story. You need a story with 3 steps. You need an introduction, a beginning, you need some tensions, and then a resolution. If you tell this story in these 3 points and you provide value, you are successful. Number 2, one of my favorites. So, am I too late to get into YouTube? Okay, I'm checking the screen now and some stats that are pulled up. According to Omnicore, 95% of global internet population watches YouTube. What is more interesting is how many active users or creators there are in the platform. Take for example LinkedIn. LinkedIn has got 660 million users, more or less. Only 303 million are active. So only 45% of these people are active. If you take Instagram, more or less 1 billion users, a lot of them are active. So meaning that people create content, they publish pictures, they tag people, they use hashtags, so they are creators. In Facebook, believe it or not, with their 2 billion users, active users that they have, only 42% creators, 42% that they provide content into the platform. On Twitter, only 56% of the users write any content, they do tweets. Everybody else just read. 56% of people creating content. Now, when it comes to YouTube, 2 billion active users per month with only 50 million creators. So your competitors, my competitors, people that really create the content is 50 million. This means that when you see the number of creators per platform, Facebook 42%, Instagram is definitely over 70%, Twitter 56%, LinkedIn 45%, YouTube has got only 2.5% of the user creating content. So it's just started. Why? Because the entry barrier is very high. You need to have skills to do videos, you need to have the creativity to come up with the real content. It's more effort. But right because it's more effort, that's where you can get more benefit out of it. So in conclusion, for this second challenge, YouTube is the second largest social platform in the planet, second largest search engine, and the one with less competition in terms of creators. That's amazing. On top of that, the content is not uploaded as frequently as the other platforms. I mean, people can tweet multiple times a day. Same thing with Instagram. They can publish stuff on Facebook every other hour. But in YouTube, it's not like that. So the content that you create, that I create, is not going to get diluted as much as in the other platforms. Think about it. And finally, where do I find time and resources? There are 2 very big categories here. One is if you're a private individual, or you're a one-man gang, or if you're a personal brand person, and the other one is if you are a marketing manager, or if you're a large corporation, or even a small medium enterprise. And the difference is that if you are on your own, you decide your own content. So you need to have the willpower, determination, and planning to just do it and get stuff done. If you are a creator within a large organization, where I've got quite a bit of experience, it's a very different story. You need to source material from people that don't even understand the process of creating valuable content. So they are expert in a specific subject matter, and you need to get their time, and they typically are very busy. You need to get their time to extract the value, to be able to take that value, transform it into valuable content, and then publish it. And this is a challenge. You need to do an internal communication within your organization, ask them to watch this video, and ask them to commit. You need to have executive commitment that it's strategic to publish valuable content for your potential client, to start sales funnels, to start digital demand generation, to start lead generation, and so forth. It's very important. You need to have executive commitment on this. So I hope that this video made you a little bit curious about starting a YouTube channel. There's a lot to talk about this subject. How do I get started? What kind of gear do I need? Where do I source the ideas? How do I target my audience? How do I choose my industry, my niche? A lot of these questions can be answered by just searching on YouTube itself, but if you have specific questions, just ask in the comment section below and I'll try to answer to that. I've been doing corporate videos since 2005 and YouTube channels since 2010 for corporates, and finally now is the time to do my own YouTube channel. That's right, this is my first personal YouTube channel that I don't do for a corporate but just for myself, the Digital Rainmaker. So if you are interested in this kind of development for your brand, subscribe to the channel and then we can grow together. I can take you through this journey with the experience that I have in the last 15 years and we can see both our brands growing together. I thank you for watching, and remember to check the description box of this video where I share new resources whenever they get available. I catch you soon.